Why, hello there, and welcome back. We're into Chapter 14 of the Call of Cthulhu, and we have found ourselves in a coastal cave. Pierce finally met Leviathan in flesh and blood, and he was a big boy. The monstrous creatures submitted him to a series of ordeals, which were kind of weird and a bit wet, at the end of which he decided that the detective was ready to face his destiny. Pierce blew up the whaling station, and after a final confrontation with Leviathan, he passed out. A final confrontation with Leviathan. So we're not going to see Leviathan again, but we have freed him. Albeit unintentionally. Ah.
The voice. I can't hear the voice anymore.
Cough. That was the lighthouse over there. Just see. Ooh. Oh, can't access our journal or anything. We are just walking simulator-ing currently. Something is severely on fire over there. I am liking the very kind of trippy. It really does feel like you're losing, or you don't have a huge amount of control.
You are trapped.
Thanks, Truth.
Keep going. My God. This way.
What?
Stand up. Walk.
Walking is hard.
Is somebody there? Hey. Who are you?
That's us. They've got their coat on, I think.
Where am I?
Somewhere, but I finally got control back. We're wobbling.
The miraculous catch was a trap. Leviathan wanted to be found.
You think?
To our fallen crew members. They have given their lives for a greater purpose. The last name added is that of Charles Hawkins. I'm willing to bet that they killed all the survivors of the miraculous catch.
Uh-huh. It's a trap.
It always comes back to the Scylla. It was where it all began.
Oop. Oh. That's us. And we are naked and surrounded by tentacles. Good times.
Hello?
It will soon be time.
What?
You are dead. None of this is real. I saw you dead, as I see you now. Am I crazy too?
You
Yeah.
survived. Don't you understand? You couldn't die. You will stay alive until you've fulfilled your destiny.
No.
Look at me. Look at me, Pierce. Dare tell me that you still don't believe it.
What has happened to you?
Oh, Pierce. You insist on ignoring the truth when it's right there in front of you. Sarah Hawkins saw you as you really are. This painting is the proof.
This is
What?
madness.
It's not just your life that is at stake. Many men and women have sacrificed themselves for this moment.
Okay.
Then,
You will not deprive them of their hope of a better life.
I saw what Leviathan did to Fuller. We will all die like him.
His life was written well before it started. It was not predetermined that he lived to see the call. But you? Yes. It is your destiny.
This painting. The investigation. I understand now. Like you,
I don't really.
I was called here by a higher power.
Yes. All your choices had the sole purpose of preparing you for the final decision.
Oh,
I must make a choice.
Not just make a choice, the right choice.
Not yet, but soon.
it's not going to
We
come
have
down to a
one more
binary
thing to
choice, is it?
accomplish.
What is it?
I must take you to Sarah Hawkins, our oracle.
Chat with Vision.
Sarah, I feel her calling me. Let us not wait any longer.
Not yet. You have one last thing.
I'm going for the insane ending here.
Please. I can't do it.
Do you understand what it is?
Nope.
She has already fulfilled her mission. Worry about your own.
No. No.
No one can fight their fate. Neither them, nor you.
Shut up!
Okay.
Silence! Stop! Go away! Stop!
Uh-huh.
Don't resist, Edward. They're already dead. There's nothing you can do. Just give in.
Never. I've really.
What happened to me? Sarah. I must go to Sarah. She is the Oracle. She will know what to do.
Fun painting. Yeah, we've reached a stage in the story now, I think, where unless they spend some time really putting elements into perspective, it's just going to be a string of WTF moments. And I suspect that's kind of what they're going for, because we're supposed to be going nuts. But it doesn't necessarily make for a fulfilling game experience, or necessarily a narrative experience. And as I said, we've seen so much crap now towards the latter end of the game that I wonder whether there was any way of retaining your sanity. Chapter 14, Alabaster Point. After a final confrontation, Pierce must go to Alabaster Point where Sarah Hawkins is supposed to be waiting for him. There he must make decisions that could change the destiny of the world. Okay. But again, there's not a huge amount of weight in terms of what the potential ramifications are. It's foreshadowing this big climactic ooh moment.
Reality as you know it stops here.
None of this makes sense.
Indeed.
Oh, she is waiting.
That's a really nicely rendered sea. Also, those are really nicely rendered rocks. In fact, that entire cliff face is really nicely done.
What have they done to me?
Whoa.
Come on.
Oh!
Oh.
Mr. Pierce, I was expecting you.
Fuller, you died in front of my eyes.
Don't jump to conclusions. Is there not the tiniest spark of a scientific mind inside of that detective skull of yours?
What abject substance did you use to turn her into an empty shell?
Abject substance. The serum extracted from Leviathan's oil bestows the power of life.
I figured that out
To
several
me,
episodes ago.
My body is nothing but the mortal vessel of my conscience. To you, it contains more answers and secrets than your insignificant mind can grasp.
If you say so. Oh. If you say so, mate. Okay.
Barely stand up, and yet here you are. You never give up.
That is not you. Not anymore. Not since your disappearance on the docks.
Detective. So easy to fool you. So eager to rush to the rescue of a woman in distress.
You won't make me regret having tried to save people. I did what I could. Even for Colden.
Your efforts to change your destiny, although in vain, make you worthy of the fate that is yours. The day has come. You will be asked to choose.
Yeah, this is not really helping cement the narrative. It's almost like the game, there are no mechanics here. There's just movement. Charles?
You took everything from me. Wife, life, destiny.
You forsook your right to a normal life. The moment you chose power over humanity. No one wants to see such an unbearable sight.
Ew.
You don't have the slightest idea of what you speak, of what I've been through.
True.
I have sacrificed my life to the one who sleeps. My marriage, my family, my own flesh. Why didn't Sarah choose me? Why is it your damn face on her painting?
Ah. So he was a jealous boy. Hello.
But you already know it. I can see that you will make the right choice.
I don't know. I don't know.
Your fear of the unknown and your stupid pride cloud your judgment. Quit lying to yourself and embrace your destiny. It's not cowering that brought you those medals. None of this is real. Trust your guts.
If nothing's real, what are you?
I am a projection of your mind. What remains of that instinct that pulled you out of the trenches.
It's
Don't listen to them. They're too dangerous for your tired mind.
that's not helping at all, if I'm honest. Oh, hello. Tentacles and stars. Got some cool visuals.
It's right there.
I'm almost there.
Hi guys. Yeah, this is don't get me wrong, this is a really cool visual, but narratively it's all over the place. I've got no control here, this cutscene. Ah, is that Sarah painting? And that's Drake.
Here you are at last, Truth Seeker.
She was waiting for you.
You were waiting for me.
Yes, when I finally discovered the truth, I knew you would come. All this time I was fighting it, afraid of what I might discover, but I was afraid of myself.
It's coming.
What did you learn?
Listen to me, Edward Pierce, as I will deliver the truth.
Alright. So we need to be a master of occultism for that. I have no idea how we could have got any more occult stuff.
I have seen things. Strange and horrifying, but always true.
Will you trust my words?
Yes.
One man only prepared by the trials and revelations, holds the power to change the world. Because I saw you in the dreams I share with my God. I recognize you for what you are, a truth seeker. One of the rare humans who is able to perceive fragments of his mind.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
I feel the truth in your words.
Because it was written. Or, as I like to see it, painted on the canvas of fate.
Pierce, help me!
Oh dear. Oh, it's that dagger again. But what are we going to do with it? Okay. Perform the counter ritual. I want to find out how nuts this gets. Time to go a little bit bonkers. Yes, yes, he does. Ooh. That's cool. It's in pretty good shape for an alcoholic. Slice. Ooh. What the? What? I feel like we may have just unleashed something. Hello. Oh, hi. Roll credits. Yep. Well, I guess we found out who killed Sarah Hawkins then. So the whole premise of the story is solving the murder of Sarah Hawkins. And over the last however many hours of gameplay and however many episodes it's been, we have discovered that she's still alive, that she's been experimented on, that she's trapped, that she's an oracle of some great Leviathan. But it all boils down to, at least in that ending, maybe that's the only ending, maybe there were others, I don't know. I know there are multiple endings to the game, there's at least 2. Don't know how your choices affect them. But I suppose the narrative twist is that at the end of the day, we kill her. And that's a good twist. That is a good twist. That's a nice twist. Considering I think the last few chapters of the game haven't been all that strong in terms of the actual storytelling. It's possible that there'll be more in the journals and diaries and stuff. I like the reveal that Leviathan was what they captured and it's still alive and it's been infesting the town because they've been eating its flesh. That was a nice revelation. And I really like what they've attempted to do with the sanity idea. But I think I'd have to play it through again at least once more to really get to grips with how much of an impact the stat systems and the sanity spiral and stuff actually have, because I kind of get the impression that apart from the odd like lockpick or strength check, I kind of get the feeling that the story is predetermined, and really there's only one way of going through it. I may be completely wrong, but I do get the idea that it was quite a linear story, especially towards the end. And I know they were building to this big climax and the reveal of Cthulhu and so on and so forth. I'm torn. I really enjoyed the game, but I don't feel particularly fulfilled by the ending. From a narrative perspective, as a writer and an English teacher, I can appreciate the twists, especially that final twist right at the end there of it being us that eventually kills Sarah Hawkins. I can appreciate that. But I just felt like the lead up to the climax, after the stuff with Leviathan, this last little bit just doesn't leave me feeling particularly fulfilled. So I'm really torn. But anyway, pros and cons, positives and negatives. Really enjoyed the atmosphere throughout. There have been several episodes where I've said that I really kind of liked what they were doing with the atmosphere, the visuals. They're not the most modern. It's not the biggest budget, most AAA title in terms of graphical fidelity, but it did enough with what little it was able to do. I can't imagine this was a hugely high budget game, so they did well with what they've got. So the actual kind of visual aesthetic, I really, really appreciated. The sanity effects, the madness effects, even some of the jump scares. Good stuff. Musically, the soundtrack itself is fairly unmemorable, and I think that's mostly because there's not actually a huge amount of music in the game. There's a lot of ambience and there's an awful lot of silence in the game, and I'm assuming that's intentional rather than that my game's bugged out, that there should have been music in places. Sometimes the best tension comes from silence. So again, good stuff. Gameplay wise, I liked the investigation, I liked piecing things together, but I do think more needed to have been done with the actual kind of role-playing mechanics. I don't feel like they had an impact. They may well have had an impact, but I don't feel like they had an impact. I don't feel like the skill points that I was choosing mattered, and that's a problem for me. If I'm going to put points in stats, I want to really feel like they were having an effect. And there were so few opportunities, I feel, to really do anything with them, that I don't feel like they had that kind of effect. The stealth section in the asylum, I feel, was too infuriating and too long, but I appreciated the atmosphere and I appreciated what they were trying to do. The gun sections with Kat and with Pierce were okay, but not great. The lantern mechanic again was okay, but not great. I feel like they could have done more with it. Basically, I think my summation of the gameplay elements of Call of Cthulhu is that they could have done more, and they should have done more with what they did. There was nothing fundamentally wrong with any of the systems that they used. There just weren't enough opportunities to use them. So, great visuals, good sound design, okay graphics, decent plotting for the most part, good wind up. I didn't feel there were any places where the story dragged too much. Some good twists, but at least in this first playthrough, not quite the resolution, the fulfillment of a resolution, the fulfillment of a promise almost, that I was hoping for. Still recommend it, still heartily recommend it, and I will play through it again. And if in that playthrough it feels like I'm really going a different route to what the one that I've done in this playthrough, then I will record that and stick that up as kind of an addendum or an appendix or whatever. But that is Call of Cthulhu. We have answered the call, quite literally, and this one, and brought him forth into the world and seemingly survived. God knows for how long, though. I hope you've all enjoyed the series. I feel kind of like I'm almost coming down on the game right at the end here, and maybe I am, but it's a game that I saw a lot of promise in. Let down by some weak narrative towards the end and an awful lot of typos and grammar errors, and I'm assuming they're localization issues, because I did notice that there was English localization, so clearly it wasn't written in English. Cyanide are they Danish? Dutch? I'll look that up and put it up on the screen there, if I remember. I hope that you've enjoyed entering madness with me. If you played through Call of Cthulhu, and your experience was massively different to mine, leave a comment down below and let me know how yours differed, because I'm hoping that there are many different paths in this that I just didn't find. So I'd be really interested to hear how your experiences differed to mine. Hope you've enjoyed, and I will catch you all in the next game, whatever that will be. Until next time, cheerio. Thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up and consider subscribing. Remember to ring the bell to be notified when new videos go live. And until next time, toodle pip.